Hello, people. Hello, YouTube. We are Talk and Talk. Talk and Talk is a conversation platform where you can learn some languages like English, Spanish, French, German, and I think in the future more languages will come in. Here is not a normal class. I'm not a teacher. No one here will teach you nothing, but we will learn together. I'm just a student like you. And here is a self-play, is a good place to make mistakes, to learn about the other opinions, and is a good place to work work a self-confidence. And I'm Elias. I will be the host for today. And for today, let's talk about let's reflect about yourselves. Let's talk about the self-awareness. Sometimes here in Talk Talk, we can develop self-confidence. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about how know ourselves is good for our life, for our goals in general in life, for any kind of goals that we have in life, in school, studying, people that want to get married, people that want to not get married but travel around the world. Let's talk about it. Okay, let's start with presentations. Ladies first. Yasmin, present yourself, please.
Sure. I'm Yasmin, at 20. I live at São Paulo. I live with my parents, with my cat too. Nowadays, the college cursing systems analysis and development. Work as an intern on software development. In my free time, I like to read books, watch series, play video games, and I think that's it for me.
Good, very good, Yasmin. What the last book that you're reading for the last? I think you told in the another dimension, but I forget.
At English, I think the oldest book that I read was one book for Penguins Reader. That is uh one place that they publish English books, and was Sherlock Holmes. A lot of Sherlock Holmes histories. I think was that at English.
Good, very good. The last is a flashpoint from DC, but I confess I have to read more. Okay, thank you very much, Yasmin. And about you, Ricardo, present yourself, please.
Hello, guys. I'm Ricardo. I live at São Vicente. It's for the city of Brazil. Well, I'm married. I have a daughter, and yeah, I'm here again to try to learn English. That's it.
Good, very good. Ricardo, I think you told me, but I forget. São Vicente, how the size of the city, quantity of people?
It's not a so big uh, city, but we have around 360,000 people in
Yes, as
the.
double size of my city, Teresópolis.
Could it be?
As
Yeah,
not,
total is the people. Yeah, the city decreased a lot since I was founded, né? Because, for example, a lot of particular all of the south coast from São Paulo is was, né? São Vicente, including São Paulo. A couple of years ago, it was foundation. Uh, the I'm not sure how do you say emancipado, né? São Paulo and the Santos was were emancipado. Uh, I don't know, 10 years later. And I believe that's the last city that was emancipado was Praga. So in
good,
this case, uh, the city was decreased a lot.
very good. And go ahead, Pedrito, present yourself, please.
Hi everyone. Pedrito Souza. I'm 36 years old. I live in Santa Maria, Rio Grande do Sul.
Pedritos freezing.
Sorry. I work at IT as a DevOps engineer, and in my free time, I like to enjoy it with my family, go outside, take a run, and improve my English skills as well.
Good, very good. Go ahead, Sidney, present yourself, please.
Okay, good morning, people. I'm Sidney. I'm 39 years old. Currently, I live in Belo Horizonte. So we are here again on the Elias immersions. So Monday, although all of us think Monday is the beginning of the week, and we all think about our responsibility at our work, but it's also the beginning of to continue our improvements in this journey to learn English. It's not easy for sure, but we don't have another alternative instead to continue it, and the result will come sooner. I would say that. So, well, I work as an accountant, so I love my career, this career. It permits me to use a lot of skills. So I have contact with different situations, different part of the company. For example, I have contact with the clients, the suppliers, the partners, all these kind of people give me a kind of knowledge, for example, about negotiation, to develop my financial skills, so things like that. So I consider this job, I think, a wonderful job that I can develop a lot my skills, my professional skills. So in my free time, I like to read books and articles in English. I like to, for me to stay here, it's also the part of the things that I enjoy a lot, to speak in English. And yeah, I like to hang out with my family, go out with them or in different places. So I think that's it, a little about me. Thank you.
Good, very good, Sidney. About me, I'm Elias, I'm 38. I'm a tech guy too, work with IT since 2008. This month, March, complete 7 years that I started working. Nowadays, I'm developing my project that maybe I will release it. Actually, it's already released, but the beta version. But I'm not sharing, but I will start sharing because doing some stuff. I'm married. I live in Teresópolis. Teresópolis is a small city from Rio de Janeiro state. Takes about 2 hours from Rio de Janeiro capital. It's a small city, like I said before, it's the half of the population of São Vicente, city of Ricardo. It's 180,000 people. And about things, I'm here on TALKTNTALK since 2022, the middle of 2022. And I studied for 6 months and go back again in 2023 and become a host last year, 2024. Then this month completes a year that I started
Yeah,
hosting here.
yeah, that's
And what else? I think I'm completing almost 100 leaders immersions. I think 95, 93. I will check later. I think Ricardo too. Yeah.
no, because I'm just have a one immersion by week, not
Uh,
two.
yes. Okay. Let's start with the questions. Let's start with Yasmin again. Can you read the question number 2 answer, please?
Sir, what does self-awareness mean to you? I think is the skill to know what is good, what makes good for us, and what doesn't make it. I think the self-awareness can help in all of the sectors of our lives. Because, for example, if we know ourselves, we could know how is the work that we can follow, we can study for because we like it. It can help in our studies too because we will know the best method to our studies and will help us on that. Uh, will help in our relationships too because we'll know what's acceptable for us, what isn't. So I think self-awareness is a skill, a tool that we can use for everything in our lives, and we can develop our skills on that and develop our happiness too. I think the self-awareness help in all of this.
Good, very good explanation. I mean, totally agree with you. I think it's a skill that we use for everything in life. And relationship, set boundaries, such the things that is acceptable or not for us. And when you start talking, I was thinking about studies. I'm trying to studying again different accents of English, uh, Pakistan English. They let just explain the reason. Cause I'm a Christian. I go to the church, okay. But this year maybe will be the events in the church with a person from Pakistan. The guy don't speak very well Portuguese. Then the most speak English. Then I try to prepare myself in order to be the person that will translate the things that the guy will talk in the church. Um, I confess I don't think for now I'm not able to do this because I have some difficulty to understand some accents. Then it's the reason that I'm try to do this. And yesterday I watching a girl from Pakistan. There is a YouTube channel like interviews with a lot of people from Pakistan too. And I discovered that if I try to hear more than 20 minutes, I think it's very frustrating for me because I don't know, I started to think in another, I'm not in another um, another things, think about life, then I don't pay attention. Then I don't know, I don't have any method, any to study, but it's about listening skills. I think for me it's working more if I listen just for 20 minutes. I try to do this. I don't know. Before, after, I don't know, from here, from now to I don't know, a month, I will tell you, I tell you see if it's working for me or not. Um, and about you, Pedrito, what is self-awareness?
Agree with the answer that Yasmin said. It's important, and maybe all of us sometimes think about it and thinking it's okay for us. We know about our limits, for example, and other things, but in the practice, we don't. So we have to think more about it and develop that for the whole things we do, like for studies, for work, and for personal life too. It's so important we develop these skills and know more about ourselves.
Very good, please. You always cutting some a little. I don't totally understand you, but yes, I think it's important to understand yourself in order to shape your skills. Um, and go ahead, Ricardo. What self-awareness means to you?
Sorry, guys. Regarding self-awareness, it's I believe that's a utopia because I consider self-awareness a totally comprehension regarding ourselves and regarding the feelings, regarding the capacity, behaviors, thoughts, and the another experience. So I believe that it's not possible for a human, uh, how do you say, reach the total self-awareness. But I believe that, for the other hand, it's necessary to try to reach. And when you study, when you keep in touch with another person, uh, part of this goal is you could reach more and more. But yeah, I believe that is necessary. Uh, have some uh, attitudes, read books regarding this topic and other stuff. It's sometimes it's a little hard because a lot of people write things in there are a lot of bullshit, but I believe it's important to do therapy and other stuff to try to feel well or something like that. That's it.
Very good, Ricardo. And about you, Sydney. For you, what is self-awareness?
Yes, for me, like you said, guys, it's a kind of ability, skills to understand us fully, to understand our emotions, feelings, our thoughts, weaknesses, and strength. But like Ricard said, it's very difficult. It is strongly difficult. And it's a kind of, it's also when some, of course, we can try it because we here to be better, to become a better person, and it's impossible not to be aware, more aware about our reactions, our actions, but it's very tough, and it also reflects our maturity in our day-to-day actions. For example, when we have to choose for some alternative, we automatically resign about other alternatives, other options, and it could bring some regrets in the future. But it's important to be aware about it, to have maturity enough to understand it, and continue your journey. We can, of course, we can give up about some choices, some options, and start to do it differently. But it's important to know that all the things have how these things have a kind of positive and negative sides. So interesting to know about it, to understand, to accept it, and to continue our journey. It for me, it looked like a kind of true happiness when we know about ourselves, we understand our flaws, understand our weaknesses, try to be good, try to be better every day. But at the same time, we are not a robot. So we always be a kind of weakness, our weaker point to resolve. And in a society that we feel pressure all come from all the sides, all the sides. It could be impossible to be perfect in all the things. So it's important to be happy what you have now, how you are, and to continue your journey to be better every day.
Yes, you bring, Sydney, a very interesting point. It's impossible to be perfect in anything. I think we have to set any kind of tolerance for ourselves. Because sometimes uh, I don't know, it's imposter syndrome. We can, I don't know, we think we are not good, and you're not so good. And if you, when we know ourselves, we can set, okay, I have some limits. I can overcome this limit, but sometimes some limit is not for us to overcome. Then I don't know. For example, I go to the gym. The reason it's just example, okay? It's not my case, but I go to the gym 5 times a week. The reason is just for health. Of course, I like to go to the gym, do exercise, but maybe I'm not a bodybuilder. Maybe I never reach the level of a lot of muscles on my body, and it's okay. It's not my goal. My goal is stay healthy. Then I think if we with a little of self-awareness, okay, it's not for me being a bodybuilder with my body with a lot of muscles. Okay, I have a little more muscles that since I started the gym, but I think there is a limit, and the limit is okay for me. More important is my health. Um, okay, let's move on to question number 3. Start with Pedrito. Can you read and answer, please?
Have you ever mistaken being self-confident or being arrogant? Yeah, maybe, I don't know. This about it, this have a limit, a tiny limit, when you have to consider and take care to not ride over people's feelings, for example. Uh, and we have to know about it, and you have to take care always to not doing that. So is maybe when sometimes when you have self-confidence, a lot of self-confidence, and you try to develop yourself more, for example, you don't don't perceive this, and the other some person can
Please.
see,
Okay.
and
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
for us can see and try to control and try to uh, try to I don't know change the way and try to be better.
Yes, yes, I see your point. Yes, I agree with you. And about you, Ricardo?
Uh, I believe that is, I don't know. Maybe I'm consider myself a person that have to improve uh, regarding the self-confident. So I believe that is better. You have more self-confident, even if you commit a mistake that you, for example, cross the line. crossed the border, and they became arrogant. Yeah, certainly the best practice is you have balance, because it's so important and you have a self-confident person. And a lot of people use it to make commit mistakes regarding or for example, when you look could see a person that have a lot of self-confidence, normally this person is considered arrogant, but not all of the cases. For example, I remember uh, a soccer player, Romario. A lot of people used to say, "Oh, this guy is arrogant." Could be in some cases, né? But I consider, uh, I don't know. I consider this a person, for example, like that, uh, good, a good person. And for example, before the Brazil traveled to United States to uh, World Cup Championship, né? He told, "Oh, doesn't matter, guys. I will win one, will, né? I will this championship." So I consider unnecessary, né? Because you put a lot of pressure, né? But yeah, there are some persons like that is so talented person, and yeah, believe that this person uh, have a lot of effort, because it's important to this kind of situation is so important, because sometimes the people became nervous and I don't know, probably you commit more mistakes. So yeah, uh, concluding, I believe that is better. You be more self-confident than I don't know. Then, for example, is uh, like Elias mentioned, imposter syndrome or something like that. I believe that's better, but you have to pay attention in this topic because the balance is the best way to live. That's it, guy. Sorry, I talk a lot.
Well, thank you for your answers, Ricardo. And about you, Yasmin, have you a mistake in being self-confident and arrogant?
For me specifically, I can't remember any specific situation because I'm a person that have this that you said before about imposter syndrome. I don't know. Even if I try a lot, I study a lot, I do my best. Even that, I can't recognize sometimes my skills and my achieves. So it's hard for me, even being self-confident and being arrogant is more difficult yet because for me it's a big challenge to have this high confidence in myself. So I don't know. I always prefer to be a more observant person, like before to start to share something about me, I always prefer to observe the environment, how people behave in this environment, and after that, I little by little share a little about myself, how I am in my personal life. So I always try to start just observing and sometimes I share a little about myself. So I don't know. I can't remember a specific situation that I was so self-confident that sounds arrogant. I don't know. I think this never happened for me. I always try to be more silent and more observant person.
Yes, but I think me too. I mean, I'm a reserved person. I'm very shy. With me, sometimes happening at people for some reason. Um, Cause I'm very shy. I'm not talk too much, especially in environment that I don't know people. But some people think that maybe this guy is very arrogant. This guy don't even say a good morning for some people. But it's not about arrogance. It's about I'm very ashamed. I'm very shy. Maybe it's happening with you too. Yasmin. I'm right.
Yeah,
For me, you look like a little shy person. I don't know.
yeah. Sometimes people say to me that I'm sure like I don't know if it's pampered, that I search here like a mimada. But when people start to talk with me, looks like it's just my visual, but I'm not like that way. So I think not arrogant, but I have this visual to be a I don't know how is the word pampered person, but I'm not that. I just am very quiet. I'm very reserved and very shy too. So people notice that like a first visual of me, but after that notice that I'm not in that way. I'm just shy and quiet person.
Yes, I imagine it. Cause you, Yasmin, with respect, you are a very cute girl. There, people think, like you said, you are very mimada. I think maybe it happen with you all the time in new environments that people don't know you. I understand.
Yeah, it's the same for every environment.
And about you, Sydney, have you ever mistaken self-confident with arrogance?
Yeah, I think it's a common state that everyone in one time uh, could commit, but it also it's a thin line that we can confuse it. For example, like be respectful or have afraid about someone. So sometimes it could be very hard to distinguish the both of the both of the things. But for me, for example, be confident is a kind of it's a state that we know your worth, your abilities, but we don't need to show it for the people. We know what you are, uh, who you are, and it's okay, and what ability you have. So, but the people who are arrogant, most of them, they try to show their knowledge, and they not show, but they try to belittle the people around them. For example, yeah, you don't know exactly about it. I'm going to show you. So they try to say things that it's not necessary, and it's not true in some case. But they try to show themselves like a leader, but maybe yes, but the other people are under them. So, but for me, for example, I'm like Yasmin. I try to hear more than talk. And when even in my area, when some people try to give their opinion, their advice, I try to listen them, to understand. And then if something is wrong, I try to show them to for some examples that it's not right, and but in a respectful way, because everyone we can learn from everyone if that people don't know exactly. And it also, yes, it also opportunity for us to exercise our humility as well, to be humble in most of the case is the best way to, I think, to act I think it's a kind of posture that I have been using in all my time, even some moments that I'm 100% sure that I'm right, but I try not to have some fight or disagreement with the other people.
Yes, Sydney, yeah, I agree with you. You bring a interesting point about people. Usually arrogant people try to show any kind of knowledge, any kind of skills. Um, and when you talk, I think about another subject. Next immersion in Friday, we will talk about forever a child. People that like to play all the time. Then I was thinking, in your opinion, people that, for example, in parties, in groups, in travels, that guy, usually is more for guys. Girls usually don't do this, but the guy that do a lot of jokes, the guy that control the environment in some way, do a lot of jokes, a lot of I don't know, playing with everyone. In your opinion, it's a kind of sign of arrogant person. An arrogant
Yeah,
person?
it could be, it could happen in some moment, especially when we already know the personality of these people. I have an example in my company. There is a person there. He's 50 years old, but he plays a lot in the workplace. So he need to put some limits, so in boundaries in him, for example, oh, I'm working now, so let's discuss it about this on another hour, for example, in the lunchtime or afternoon, because he wants to control the environment. Like I'm very funny, I'm an enjoyable person, so let's talk about a lot of jokes. So he also, I think for sure it's a kind of way to be arrogant, in my opinion.
Yes, yes, I understand. Maybe it's a sign of arrogance. And about me, I think the difference of self-confidence and being arrogant. Uh, Self-confidence is when you recognize yourself. Okay, I can recognize I have some skills. It's not a problem. The problem is when I think because of my skills or some skills, I'm better than the others. It's the problem. It's arrogance. But okay, for example, I think all of us in this room recognize we are not the best English speakers, but we start in some level, and now all of us here in this room are increasing and getting better and better. It's auto self-awareness, auto-recognize. It's not a problem. The problem is, okay, I'm the best guy that he speak, they speak better in this room. It's arrogance. I think it's the difference. Uh, but I think in general, people in general look at other people and if people is I don't know is prominent in something in some area tends to think this guy is arrogant. But I think I learned I'm trying to learn that it's not true. Arrogance is when they in some way this person claims the better person in the room. And we can be self confident in some areas in your life, but not confident in another areas. We are, for example, about technology. If I can explain very well in Portuguese about design patterns, but I'm not kind I'm the better guy in the world. I just can explain well. I'm creating a personal project that is with the same these subjects about technology, about good practices. Then, but I'm not the better in the world. Um, okay. Let's talk about the opposite. I think yes, I've been on talking. Um, question number Number 4, self-confidence. We talk about self-confidence, but let's talk about the opposite, self-conscious. I will read the question. How does overcome self-consciousness contribute to personal and professional success? I think it's about the imposter syndrome. If we think, we just think, I'm not able, I'm not the best guy to do this, I'm not a good choice. If we understand some kind of skills, we can learn, we can training, I think we can overcome this situation. Like I don't know, especially the fear of afraid in public. Like I said before, I'm training English, a different accents, because I see the possibility. It's not like I have to do this. It's a possibility that a guy from Pakistan preaching in my church, and if it happen, maybe because in the church, few people speak English. And that people that speak English, few people speak English, and these people, I don't know if people want to do this. Me not, me neither, because I'm very afraid. But I don't know if I never try, I never overcome this situation. Then it's the reason why I'm studying. And about you, Yasmin, about question number 4, how do you think?
I think when we start to overcome the self-consciousness, we can be better at, for example, I don't know how it's processed, I choose, but let me search here is selection process for one job, for example, because people that had imposter syndrome sometimes don't even try it because they, oh, I'm not good enough. I don't know it a lot enough, so I will not participate. I will wait the time that I will be better. And this time never come and people didn't even try it. So I think once we start to overcome that, we will start to participate better in selection process, to be more, to start to action in that way too, because sometimes people with imposter syndrome just accept it like, oh, I'm not good enough, so I will do nothing. And people stops to study, stops to try it. And when we start to overcome that, we start to search ways to always be better, to improve the things that we already know, we already done. So I think this can change the professional part of our lives. And the personal is really great too because once we are not fine with ourselves, our relationships starts to have impacts too. Not just romantic relationships, but relatives, relationships, friendships starts to have this impact because once we are not good for ourselves, we cannot contribute for our relationships, and we will start to broken. I don't know. It's like we start to deteriorate. So I think once we overcome that, we can be better to our personal and professional environments.
Yes, I agree with you. Yasmin. When uh, our relationships become better when we overcome these situations. Because there is in the Holy Bible said, love the others like you love yourself. If you don't love yourself, is it very difficult to not just love the others, but be loved for the others too. Thank you, me. And about you, Ricardo, how do you think about this?
Uh, I consider self-awareness uh, another side of us and not connected to religion necessarily, but I believe that there are a lot of tools where it's possible to improve this thing inside of us. And the religions is certainly one of these tools. But another person, I don't know. Each person have their own tools, or the tools where it's possible to find for more results. But some people like to keep in touch with nature. Another person do yoga, and another person use religions to try to find these things inside of us. Because sometimes religion is a wonderful tool, in my opinion, but sometimes religions is religious persons use it to be a severe person if another and regarding ourselves. So in this case, I believe this is necessary to pay attention because some people use it to, oh, I needed to become a better person. I needed to become a mature person. And sometimes take time. Takes time to some while to reach. For example, I'm considered a mature person, and the sometimes, for example, I look at my child, and sometimes I consider more mature for some aspects, and sometimes I consider my child more mature when I have had this age, the same age, and sometimes I consider my child, for example, less mature when I have had this age. So in this case, each person have their own time, own path. So in this case, it's necessary to pay attention to not put under pressure more than necessary, in my opinion. That's it.
Was very good, Ricardo. And about you, Pedrito? What you opinion about this question? Overcoming self-consciousness.
Yeah. When ourselves more into new challenge, for example, uh, without or overpassing the imposter syndrome, for example, uh, we can develop more our skills and be better uh, in our work, in our life, in all situations. For example, about the example you said for you, the church about translate for other for a Pakistan guy. If you don't have this opportunity, for example, or the opposite, if you have this opportunity in the next week, in the next month, you can push yourself more and develop more your skills and turn better in some others skills and with these challenges we have in day-to-day life, day-to-day routine, we can push us to be better.
Was very good, Pedrito. How do you measure, for example, like you said, we have to push ourselves, we have to try, keep it going. But how do you measure if a challenge is a challenge that help us to grow, or is a challenge too much bigger for us. And, for example, I just use the example of a gym. For example, if I can lift 10 kilos, maybe I try to lift 12, 13 kilos. But 20 kilos, I think it's not possible for me. It's very high, it's very difficult. But in life, about English, about another skills, about public speaking, how we can make sure that the difference between it's a challenge that will help me to grow, and a challenge that is very high, very difficult, that can cause frustrating in me.
I think this is very personal, but you have to know about yourself and some about some limits you have, and how the limits to push yourself. But even the hardest task you have to do, if you don't initiate for a little piece, a little a step per time, you don't have the opportunity to make sure that, and have to you don't you will not. So you need to try, you need to see the real point about the perspective when you start doing that is different when you just see outside about the challenge, for example. And I think when you have the knowledge and when you have the opportunity to develop more yourself, you have to start. You just have to start and try. And if you don't accomplish this in this time, you can try in the other time in the different way, in a different way until to accomplish this.
Good. Thank you very much, Brito, for your advice. I will listen carefully and try to follow your advice. Thank you very much. And about you, Sydney, question number 4, overcoming
Therefore,
self-consciousness.
yes, I agree what you said, guys, and I'd like just to emphasize the the pressure and the fear of judgment that every people feel, that what the other people perceive about us. So it also relates about the to speak in public when we are doing something that everyone are watching us. It have a kind of pressure, a kind of fear that what the people are thinking about me, about my performance, if they are think that I'm not good at this, and things like that. And about today, not today, but the people, they have fear about to be cancellated, about cancellation. It's not related in the online cancellation, but for example, in the workplace, when someone tells something that it could be extreme, and we have fear to give your opinion, because the others that could that people that path that could be a leader, they could incentivize, influence the others to reject you. So these kind of things can happen, and stop us to be ourselves. So if the other things, and I think that's it about the fear of judgment and the fear about the other's opinion.
Yes, yes. I totally understand you said that in the church I have everybody speak in public because I was the secretary and I had to do some reports. In the beginning, it's very hard and now it's hard to. But I think it's a part of your life. We have to overcome these situations. Okay, guys, this conversation is almost finished. It's a great pleasure to speak with you, okay? Thank you very much, Sidney, Pedrito, Yasmin, and Ricardo. I expect you to never abandon me, to never get sick of me from my immersion, okay? Because I really enjoy talking with all of you. And I send the link with the survey, okay? Please give me a sincere opinion about the immersion, points of that I have to improve, okay? I really appreciate. Bye bye,
Okay.
guys.
Thank you, Elias. Thank you, people.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a
Thank
great
you
week.
all. Bye bye.
Have a good week.
Bye.